Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Black and Gold Show. I'm your host, JB. On this beautiful Wednesday night, man, this is game week, and this is the preview of the Orange Blossom Classic, Alabama State University, and we ready to go, man. Shouts out to everybody out there. If you're watching this for the first time, thank you. If you'll continue to watch us, if you subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, make sure you do it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sports Talking with JB. Hit the like button on your way in and share this to your people. That's all I ask of you guys. So welcome into the show. Special show tonight, man. I got a very special guest on the show. We're going to talk some good ball. We're going to talk about preview this game, and we're going to talk about some of the old times because I'm going to bring the guy up. I'm not going to waste no time. I'm not going to waste any time tonight. We're going to get right into it. So, my first guest, he's about to join us. Member of B Sci-Fi, Alabama State Hall of Fame, Dr. Reggie Brown. They call him Downtown Reggie Brown. That's what they call him. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show, bro.
Oh, man, no problem, man. It's a blessing. It's an honor to have you on the show, man. A Hall of Famer, Alabama State. Man,
hey, man,
how you living?
I tricked them, man. I tricked them to get into the Hall of Fame, man, and I tricked them to get a doctorate, so I've been tricking them for a long time. You feel me?
Well, for the people who may not know who you are, we got a lot of younger people may watch, and some of the old school people that know who you are. ASU 1988, 1991. You won the national championship, SWAC Championship Team. Had a great career, man. 132 catches, over 2,000 yards receiving, 23 touchdowns. You number 2 in receptions on the all-time list. 1 reception behind Reggie Barlow, man. 1 reception. Does he ever get on to you about being 1 reception behind him?
Well, I trained him. So when you grow somebody, he came in when I was a senior and he was a freshman, and I taught him everything I know. I taught him one more thing than I didn't know. So that's how you get the 1 more catch. But he's a phenomenal athlete, man. In my mind, he's the top receiver out of Alabama State. So I'm just glad to be on the list, bro.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. But you had a great career, man. And was that a couple years ago when they put you in the Hall of Fame at Alabama State?
Yes, so I think I went in at the second class at Alabama State. Again, very, very fortunate, to go into the Hall of Fame at my alma mater. I played with some really, really great guys on a great team that made my job as a receiver really, really easy. I had a great quarterback, great offensive line coaches. I mean, you name it, we had it on our team. So I was just very, very fortunate to be a part of it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And you played in the NFL with the Houston Oilers, 1992. Undrafted, went to the Oilers. I saw some of your highlights. They're on YouTube, so man, they call you Downtown Reggie Brown. Where they get that from?
A coach gave me that name, and I'm originally from Miami, and the first time he said it, I was like, hey, bro, I don't want that country. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Miami, but it stuck, and that's probably the best thing that ever happened to me was coach giving me that name. And again, when you come to Alabama State and you work really, really hard, and it just proves that old mother deal will provide endless opportunities for you. And so yes. I got an opportunity to go play with the Houston Oilers, and I did that for 3 years. And, just again, very, very blessed to be able to do that.
Yeah, man, that's a blessing, man, for you to do that. So right now, today, you are the principal at Dulles Middle School. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Houston, Texas, the first black principal.
I keep tricking them, bro. I don't know how I'm doing it. I keep tricking them to let me in, man, but again, a huge part of it is going to Alabama State, and that whole experience. Alabama State teaches you grit. It teaches you stick-to-itiveness. It teaches you how to fight through things, but then it also gives you a great community of fellow Hornets that you can call on and get information from. And so I've been very, very fortunate to pull from all of those things. And, and it has propelled me to where I'm at. Again, I'm just very thankful and grateful that I went to Alabama State.
That's awesome, man. You must have been living right, man. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of brothers and a brotherhood, I got some of your B-Side 5 brothers I'm going to bring on to the show tonight, man. This is my dog right here, man. T-Kill, B-Side 5. What it do, man?
What up? What up?
What up, my guy?
Downtown, Reggie Brown. Downtown. That's what we call him. That's his name. What up? What up?
What up, my guy?
Reggie Brown. Downtown. That's what we call him. That's his name.
You got some feedback on that, T-Kill?
What up, my guy?
He good. He good. I got another one too, man. I'm about to bring up. I got Anthony Lewis. I'm about to bring him up too, so we can have all y'all on the stage. What's up, Anthony Lewis? B-Side 5. You on
Sweet
mute, brother?
Lou.
He on mute. Hold on, let me put him back.
Hey, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get new to this thing, man. I was on mute. Hey, man, hey, BJ, I'm glad you're doing this for our, man. This is a great platform for our university, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, man, thanks to you guys, man. You guys, y'all laid the foundation for Alabama State. You know what I'm saying? For what we got today. Y'all playing back in the days in the early 90s, and being successful, and y'all put on for Alabama State, man. I'm just a hometown boy, man, and growing up here in Montgomery, and I just wanted to do this for the home team, and to have you guys on my platform is a blessing. It's a blessing, man.
Great
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So, T-Kill, man, these guys, y'all went to school together and whatnot. Y'all got some stories y'all want to tell?
Nah, we don't need to tell them stories.
Hey, but Reggie and I go way back, man. We actually came in together. We not actually just came in together, fraternity brothers as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we came in '88. I want to say at some point our room was right next door to each other, and he was from Miami. He was from Miami. He's probably one of the first brothers that I met when my mother dropped me off at the university.
Oh wow!
Him and I chopped it up. So we've been tight and boys since '88, man. We don't see each other much, but when we do see each other, we pick up where we just left off at, man. You can't speak values of that brotherhood that we have through our Alabama State football program.
That's awesome. I hear that a lot, man. I hear that a lot about the B-Side 5 and the brotherhood. So Reggie Brown, man, y'all played with Coach Eddie, right?
Oh, most definite. Eddie was my first roommate when I got there, and Eddie was always the guy who was gonna do the right things, and you knew right off that Eddie was gonna be successful, and no matter what field of endeavor he went to. I mean, he was a scholar, an athlete. He did the right things. He was a leader, and so I'm not surprised that he went to the NFL and had a storied career, and I'm also not surprised that he is the coach at Alabama State and has produced 2 winning seasons. And there's no doubt in my mind that we're on the cusp of a championship either this year or really, really soon, because that's exactly what he does. He puts in the work, and when you put in the work, you're going to win.
Everybody I talk to that know him say pretty much the same thing you just said about him. Smart guy. He knows what he's doing. And when you first meet him, you get that feeling off him. I shook his hand and I mean, I know what everything you guys say about him is the truth. I met him one time, so but that's great, man. So back in the days when y'all played, that 91 team. Tell me about that 91 team and that championship, that SWAC Championship Team.
Bro, I think the biggest thing about our team is we were loaded. We came in as freshmen together. all of us played as freshmen, and so we got game film, game time, and we continue to grow and get better and rely on each other. And when you come in and you have that many SWAC hours, I don't think that many teams had the amount of SWAC hours that we had. There was nothing our senior year that we weren't prepared for. And, consequently, when you're prepared like that, you go 11-0-1 and you win the national championship and the SWAC title and all of those things. And then again, I think the biggest thing for us is we all came in together. And so our senior year, you had 40 something leaders on the team. So everybody kept everybody together. So Aunt Lou was a leader, I was a leader, Ricky was a leader. Across the field, all across our team were leaders who forced each other to do the right things and go the right places, and consequently, you get a SWAC championship out of that.
Yeah, and the piggyback off of that, like Reggie said, our freshman year, we got thrown out in the fire our freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
That freshman year, we went
8-3.
We won 8 games and 7
8-3.
And
8-3, I think.
Yeah, we went 8-3 our freshman year, and roughly to say that's the year Eddie Robinson played center for us, and we went 8-3 like Reggie said, man, and we had majority of our team was freshmen playing that year.
Mm.
So with that being said, we grew. By that time, by the time we got to 9-1, we were just a seasonal team. I mean, it was just, the leadership was there.
Right. You don't see it. You don't see that a lot in this era of football. You see a lot of changeover with the NIL, a lot of this transferring. You hardly ever see players stick around. Not even, in the Power 5, in the SWAC, in the HBCUs, you see a lot of that. So many teams, even Bama State, you got new quarterbacks. You just so much changeover. How do y'all feel about that, man?
Hey man, I talk about it all the time. We was blessed not to have the portal. I can't. Some of them guys I played with, I can't see a lot of those. If the portal was around, those guys wouldn't have stayed around. But with that being said, some of those guys stayed around, had the opportunity to play in the HBCU, and had the opportunity, as like Reggie and Eddie themselves had the opportunity. And we had several other players that went on up and played in the NFL from that particular team. So, with that being said, it's like a night and day. It's again, the NCAA rules and everything all was totally different back then. We didn't have a time limit, how often you're on the field practicing. We didn't have those. We practiced 3 or 4 times a day. We can get 4 practices in during the school year.
Wow.
And that's 4 practices.
Every day.
in one day.
4 days.
Yeah.
I never heard of 4 days.
So it's just totally different.
Yeah. I would say that, I for these young guys, the opportunities for the portal are there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wouldn't change my Alabama State experience. And, there's some pros to being in the portal, right? If you're not playing, you get a chance to go somewhere and play. But I think that these guys are missing some of these great life lessons that come with staying at a university like Alabama State, fighting through adversity, giving it your all, and then ultimately you come out on top and you experience these great life lessons that's going to carry you for the rest of your life. What I learned at Alabama State, staying there at times when I wanted to leave because it was difficult and it was tough. But now I can draw on those experiences and be able to say, if I made it through Coach Hopper, if I made it through Coach Markham, then I can go through whatever I'm experiencing in my life. And so, it's there are some positives, but in the long run, I don't like the portal for what it takes away from these young men.
Right.
Talk about the 91 season. I set out in 90, had a family issue at home. In 90, I came in 89 behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And 90, I sat out a semester, came back. 91, Coach Marker let me back on the team. And 91 was the year they won it all. So I'll never forget, like I described in the first episode, Reggie versus on Troy State. It was Troy State back then.
Yeah.
Man, it was a tough game, man. It was a tough game. When Reggie caught that touchdown, it started hell and rain. And from then on, they ran it. They ran the tables. That was the turning point to me of 91 season when Reggie caught that touchdown. We beat Troy. And it just went on and on and on after that.
Right.
Hey, BJ, to show you how things have changed and to see our university have came so far. When we played Troy, we played in our practice jerseys.
Wow.
Some people may or may not know that. We didn't have all those 4 and 5 uniforms, but we played Troy in the heat of the day. And majority of our jerseys was those gold jerseys and white jerseys. But we were the home team. So instead of playing in the black jerseys, because we didn't have gold jerseys.
Right.
Instead of playing in the black jerseys, we had gold little mesh practice jerseys. And that's what we beat Troy in our practice jerseys.
Man, that's big time. That's big time now. So y'all had to grind it out back then. Y'all had to grind it out. It's so much now, you know, with the NIL and all this stuff. It's changed the way college football is played. And that's why you guys are still like a tight-knit group that got that brotherhood, because you stayed 3 and 4 years with the same guys. And that's rare these days. Like, guys are leaving. Guys go 3, 4 different teams in a college career. So, I mean, they don't make guys like you anymore. They don't make guys like y'all anymore. So y'all, you know, it's a blessing for you guys still to be around to talk about this and, you know, have that brotherhood and, you know, be with the guys every now and then.
Well,
That's why we started.
it translates in so many situations, right? So I guess it was about 10 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I'm driving to Florida. I call Aunt Lou on the phone. Hey, bro, I'm tired. I pull up at his crib, you know, spend the night. His son was just a baby at the time. And, you know, now his son is all grown up. But that's because of the bond and the brotherhood that we have, that we stayed together, we partied together, we cried together, we went through all of those things together. And so even now as grown men, when we, you know, something's going on, I'm gonna call Aunt Lou at least 3 or 4 times a year. He's gonna call me at least 3 or 4 times a year and check on me. And again, those are the things that you learn. And I think that those are the things that Alabama State does for you. That's why I'm a huge proponent of HBCUs and what goes on at our schools, the grit, the grind, all of the things that as a student at Alabama State, you like, wow, man, I can't believe this. But then when you get 30 and 40 and 50, you appreciate that experience so much. And so I'm just totally grateful for my university.
And that goes to piggyback on what he said, L5B. L5B is forever my brother. And these are forever my brothers, man. It's like we went, like he said, we partied together, we practiced together, we cried together. And they forever my brothers. L5B, that's why we got L5B. That's why we got the Alumni Association, L5B. Because we all talk. Aunt Lou's in Mobile where I'm at, and we talk almost every other day about football, about life, about a lot of stuff. I talk to Reggie about 3 times, 4 times a year, you know. So it's just for my brother. F5B, that's what it's all about. It starts back from 90s on, like some of the younger guys, they are brothers. They are brothers. We're all close knit.
That's awesome.
That's why I don't have any doubt in my mind what this year's football team is going to do. You know, Eddie bringing, you know, that old school Houston Markham attitude to these young players. And you can tell it's been a transition. A lot of these kids that that were at Alabama State when Eddie first got there, I know they haven't been exposed or experienced some of the things that he's talking about. And so it's taken him some time to really ingrain a certain kind of attitude, a certain kind of fight in them that he knows all too well. And I know now his 3rd year, the sky's the limit for the program.
Yes, sir. I was going to ask you guys about the expectations for Bama State. You know, preseason #1, everybody's picking Bama State to win the East, and it's going to be a lot of eyes. It's going to be a lot of people talking about if they lose, they're going to be talking about what's wrong with Bama State. If they win, they're going to be expecting more. And what do you expect from Bama State this year?
Hey, from what I'm seeing and from what I understand and what Eddie got going on, Eddie got a little mixture of Coach Harper and Coach Markham. Coach Harper was more so like a player's coach, but he's going to get the best out of you. Coach Markham was more like a disciplinary coach, so he got a little bit both of those guys in him. From what I'm hearing with the team and that defense, and not just only the defense, what I think is going to make a difference on our team this year is going to be the special team. If I know Eddie, they practice on special teams, kickoffs, all the special teams. They spend a probably a full day on special teams. That's just because that's his pedigree. So if we having these close games, BJ, you quote me on the next episode after this game. Special team gonna win this football game. With those tight games that we have. So I'm expecting some great things. I'm expecting we looking for nothing but an undefeated season. But if I know Eddie, he got those guys prepared and ready, not too tight. He's not gonna have them tight like you just come in there like your britches tight. They're gonna be loose and ready to play, and they're gonna be ready to play. You better believe that. They're gonna be ready to play.
We ready to see them play, man. I had the opportunity to go to some of the scrimmages and the practices, and they look good. The defenses, they ready. I mean, they look well prepared. T-Kill, man, what's the expectation for the season?
Man, like I said, how things shaping up. Like I said, we ended in Miami at the Heritage Bowl. It was the Heritage Bowl then. We beat North Carolina A&T. Now we starting out in Miami versus North Carolina Central. We beat Troy in 91. Now we got Sanford on our schedule in 91. So, hey, man, I told him like Rick Body. Rick Body said we're going undefeated. So, I mean, we're going to win the SWAC, put it like that. We're going to win the SWAC, put it like that. That's what I think.
Right. So what you
think?
think?
Win a lot of ball games.
A lot of ball games to win the SWAC. I mean, So what Eddie has done, this is his third season. He's got better every year. Like, he won 6 games. Last year he won 7 games. You thinking 8, 9 games this year, win the SWAC?
I think that Eddie, when you build a program, you have to build an identity for those programs. And that's what Eddie has been doing over the last 2 years, is building that identity that Sweet Lou just talked about. But I think that a lot of it rides on your quarterback play. Football is a quarterback-driven game, and we know Body is a very, very capable quarterback, but then the other kid behind him is just as good as well. So, when you got 2 quarterbacks like that, and then, coming in, bringing in the offensive coordinator who has had some success, I think is really going to bolster the team as well. So, like Sweet Lou said, defensively and special teams is going to be good. There's no doubt in my mind about that. We just need the third component in the offense. And, I've had some conversation with Eddie, and I've seen some of the film, and there's no doubt that we're better on offense than we have been in the last couple of years. And so you put all that together, and what you get is a winning team.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I like what I hear. I like what I've seen. So the Orange Blossom Classic coming up this Sunday. T-Kill, I know you'll be there. You guys plan on going to Miami?
I'm from Miami, so you already
I'm supposed to give it a Reggie when I'm down there. I'm in Miramar. I'm supposed to give it a Reggie. You gonna give me a call when you get down there, Reggie. We planning on trying to do a pregame show. Me and JB right before the game. Look at the festivities and all that stuff. And then get ready for this game. It's gonna be a good one.
Hey, BJ,
it'll be a good game. North Carolina has a really, really good football game. You know, they compete really, really well. I actually coached with the head coach Trey Oliver in my coaching days at Delaware State when he was a younger coach.
Okay.
So his team is going to be well prepared. They've done really, really great, but
That's awesome, man. So Coach Oliver, he's a two-time MEAC Coach of the Year. 29-18 record in 4 seasons. I mean, you can't really get no better than that.
Hey, BJ, we'll have a watch party down here in the Gulf Coast down here. We're the largest alumni chapter in Alabama State. So Gulf Coast down here in Mobile, we'll have a strong watch party on the game.
Can you guys hear me? I think my mic went out. My mic went out.
Yeah, we hear you.
Here's my mic.
Hey,
You guys
BJ,
hear me now?
your mic making that noise? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good now. I think I got it back on.
I
Okay.
got you.
Yeah, I was checking on my end trying to make sure what was that?
Yeah. I think it was the mic club. Okay. So we ready for the Orange Blossom Classic. Any predictions? Y'all know we all think Alabama State's gonna win the game. We all expecting Alabama State to win the game. But North Carolina Central is a tough team. Like I say, Coach Oliver, two-time MEAC Coach of the Year, 2 years in a row. He's gonna have them ready. So you guys got any score predictions?
Hey, BJ. Hey, I honestly believe it's going to be a close game because it's the first game out of the box. It's going to take a minute for our offense to gel. Our defense is going to come to play. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game because I think, like I said, it's going to take a minute for our offense to gel. I'm looking at maybe 18-21.
Okay. 18-21.
Yes, State winning.
Okay, 18-21. DK, what's your prediction?
It's gonna be a difficult battle first half. Second half, I think Andrew and Squad will get it together and everything. I'm predicting 31-10. It's hard on that defense, man. So I'm predicting 31-10 Alabama State. Pulling off in the second half. Close game first half. Maybe tied up. Maybe they might be up a touchdown. We might be up a touchdown, but we're gonna pull away late in the fourth quarter.
Okay. 31-10. That sounds good to me. Reggie Brown, you got a score prediction?
yeah, I say about 24-14, somewhere like that. I think that our defense is good, but you got 2 quality football teams that's going to go back and forth, but ultimately Alabama State wins the game.
Okay. I'm with you, man. I'm gonna say 27. I'm gonna say 27-13, somewhere along in there, 2 touchdown. That's what I'm gonna say, a 2 touchdown win. The defense is gonna be stingy. I want to see what Andrew Body does. I want to see this offense open up. I think the running backs are gonna have a good game, and I just want to see what Body does with these receivers, because he could do it with his arm, with his leg. But I want to see how the offense looks. And I know Coach Lewis had the defense ready. Coach E-Rob, of course. So I'm looking for a good game, and I'm looking for Bama State to pull it out by 2 touchdowns.
That sounds about right.
That does. So before I let you guys get off here, man, I'm gonna pass it around. Let everybody tell the people what you got going on right now, where they can find you. They're looking for you on social media or anything like that.
So I got a couple social media, Vikes Principal, that's the school I'm at. So I'm my Twitter on Vikes Principal, and then Reggie Brown everywhere else. If you're looking for Bama State, if you look for Bama State, you'll find me there.
Oh yeah, OG. TK, where can they find you, brother?
You'll find me on Jackson Street, Montgomery. That's where you find me. You know. Hey, I'm ready for this season, man. It's well overdue, man. Well overdue. I'm really excited about the season. Going undefeated may be far fetched, but all I can tell you that we're gonna be contending for that SWAC.
Oh yeah. And it's been 20 years since we won a SWAC championship in 2004. So 20-year anniversary, I think it's time. You know, in 1991, 2004, and then now we got 2024. I think it's time for another one. Anthony Lewis, they call him Sweet Lou. Where can they find you, bro?
Lou. There you go. Hey man. Hey, I'm always saying I'm not hard to find, man. I'm not hard to find. Hey, you can always find me on Facebook, and you always find me on the X, the AKA Twitter. But looking forward to the season, man. I'm looking forward to catching up with you after the games and just kind of getting a great outlook for Alabama State, man. This is a good platform, and I want you to continue the platform, man, and definitely got our support. And I hope you can get some of these older brothers on here from LFIB as well as some of the younger brothers as well, man. But I can see you growing this platform. I appreciate you, man, and I commend you.
I appreciate you guys, man.
Much love.
You guys making it happen, man. You know, to have some of the legends, Alabama State, some of the greats on this platform is awesome, man. I mean, it's only the beginning. It's my third episode. So I really appreciate you guys for joining, man. I really do.
Hey, whenever you need me, bro.
I appreciate you having us, man.
Hey, Reggie, hit me up Friday.
Okay.
Miramar. All right.
It's going down, ain't it?
It's going down.
It's going down. So, guys, before y'all leave, make sure you hit the like button, share this, subscribe to the channel. This is JB. I got Reggie Brown, Anthony Lewis, T Kill, and we out of here, man. Swarm is one. AS.